Yes. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Another episode of the Rest Day podcast. And yeah, rest day it is. A rest day after a recovery week. Damn. Damn, I feel like a superhero. Lots to talk about tonight. Tonight, I want to really focus on these last couple of weeks, 6 weeks out from the race, and really have my peak weeks coming in. So the highest mileage I've ever seen. Obviously, as we've seen over the last couple of weeks, it's been most miles I've ever done, most miles I've ever done, most miles I've ever done. But this is going to be the culmination of the whole plan. And I want to show you what Coach has in store for that. Also, I want to talk a little bit of the Grand Canyon. Jeff Browning did the Grand Canyon rim to rim yesterday, 2 days ago, and posted some pictures that was a little bit disheartening. But we're going to be ready to attack the rim to rim next week. So I definitely want to talk about the rim to rim and take any questions that you have. I posted this week a video on my breakdown of nutrition and the importance of figuring that out, when to figure that out, calories I intake, all that. I left a pinned comment. So after you leave here, you could check that out. Also, too, hit 1,000 subscribers, which is incredible. YouTube now has to give me 25 cents a day or whatever for the amount of views I get. Also allows you guys to leave super chats inside the live stream, help cover the cost of streaming softwares and things like that. And so many people ask like how they can help the podcast and help the channel in general, because I don't have sponsors or affiliates or anything like that. I don't do that show. But so super chats are now live, and all good things are happening. All right. So no questions yet. I see Todd is in the chat saying, what's up? What's going on, buddy? I appreciate you. If you do have any questions of anything that I bring up, I also left a sticker on Instagram. So maybe there'll be some questions there. If you are listening outside of YouTube, maybe you're listening to the playback on Spotify or something like that, you could join me every single Monday night. There is a live stream here on YouTube. And next Monday is going to be a good one. I'm going to be a little bit older. I got a birthday this week. I'm not a big need to celebrate my birthday, but my birthday's Friday, which is nice. It at least allows me to, get out of the house without feeling guilty for doing that. Oh, Shobo, what's up? How are you? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. So this week, pullback week, as I talked about, we had 55 miles on the schedule and just knocked the crap out of that. 55 was awesome. Coming off a week, last week, my biggest week was 80. The other thing that I did pull back is, I pulled back on vert as well. So we'll talk about that coming off vert and miles, where maybe I wasn't supposed to. I talked to Coach about it, but we'll talk about it as well. Brian's in the chat. What's up? Yeah, man, had a great weekend. My second year sober on St. Patrick's Day, which has just been the most incredible thing ever. It's probably one of the greatest things I'll ever do. Greatest single accomplishments ever if I could stay sober. So getting through St. Patrick's Day as an Irish American and the days, it was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. I pulled back to 3,500 feet as well. There was a couple of reasons for that. One, there was one less day that I ran this week. So usually I run 6 days. I only ran 5 days this week. And also, too, I was a little time crunched because of St. Patrick's Day. I host and I cook a lot. So, and I'm in prime. Like my 6-year-old and 4-year-old have soccer, gymnastics, swimming, birthday parties, lacrosse, you name it. So the weekends have been kind of crazy. I might actually move one of my rest days from Monday to the weekend. But as we're going to talk about, I only have 6 weeks to go. And 2 of those are taper. And next week I'm away. So really, this is the craziest thing. We've talked about the time commitment that this training has really required. And the fact that I really have this weekend and then the following weekend after that, that's it. And then I kind of can taper in. So let's share my screen quick and we'll just go through a couple of the workouts that I did this week. But more importantly, what the week coming up looks like, what I'm going to jump, right? We came from 80 down to 55 in that pullback. and this has been like the part that I've loved having a coach the most, because when I coach, I know the reasons and I know how I build athletes, but it's cool to see how he's been building me, which is different than I treat my athletes. And through that learning process, I've learned the pros and cons of how he's built my volume, and I'm definitely adapting that and playing with that a little bit with my athletes as well. So that's really been an awesome part. Especially, he does a great job of, I'm very build 3 weeks, take a 2 week pullback week for 1 week. He's done almost like build 3, pull back 1, and then jump really high for 2, and then pull back. So he kind of goes on like a 6-week cycle, if you will, or 7-week cycle, where it's like up 3, down 1, up 2 big ones, down 1, which has been something that I've really, really liked, which I think we're going to see coming into the next couple weeks. So I went 72, 76, 80, down to 55. What that 55 looked like was a rest day last Monday that we spoke, and I was feeling really, really good after the 80. Then I had on Tuesday, oh man, actually this is kind of cool. On Tuesday, I had, let me share my screen, present. If you're not watching this, then I'll talk through it as well. But I want to show it too, just for the haters that are like, he didn't really do that. No, I'm too small. I don't have any haters yet. Description: any terrain, easy 10 to 20 warm up, running a high aerobic pace, steady right at the aerobic ceiling. For my aerobic ceiling, that's 141 to 145 beats per minute. I had a 7-mile duration, but springtime, coming off a rest day, feeling really, really good. I went out, and I'll just show you some of these peaks. I PR'd my 10K. I PR'd my 5 mile. I've never broke 45 minutes in a 10K. And when I got to 4 miles, I was just feeling good, and I went for it. So I have a new 10K PR, which is dope. 44:53. Good for like, I think 7:12 pace. And you're like, yeah, but you only cut your mileage. You're supposed to do 7, you did 6.35. That is not the case. I went out and I finished and I did the rest of my miles to get everything done. But yeah, new PR on the 10K, which I'm really, really stoked about. And for a high aerobic effort, I went a little too high because I was feeling myself, but awesome. Hilly easy run on Wednesday. I had 9 miles. I did this at work. So I got 568 feet, probably a little less than coach really wanted. But like I said, pullback week. I was feeling that volume, that race that I had, and also the higher intensity workout that I had later in the week, especially this PR. So I kind of dogged it a little on the mileage. Another high aerobic. Okay, 10:20 pace, 7:02, pretty good. Probably could have went a little bit higher, but like I said, was really, really feeling the pullback week. I really was. I think it's so important, even mentally. Just I knew I had to get my miles in, but I wanted to really, really rest and recover. Our cross train, I just went for a ride with my kids. So I did a little bike ride with my kids. Probably wasn't a full hour, probably closer to 40 minutes. And then Saturday we had 18 miles. I got 2,500 feet there, 13-minute pace, average heart rate 122, super, super relaxed. Went out with my buddy Ryan. We did an out and back on the trails, 9 miles out, 9 miles back. And then hilly easy run. This was, like I said, I couldn't get to the hills. I have to drive every time when I go do this hilly run, or even this hilly run here, I got to drive about 45 minutes north for me to get that done. And this Sunday, I really just didn't have the time. And so because of that lack of time, I pushed the pace a little bit, 14 miles at 8:19 pace, still heart rate though 129. And this is really like blowing my mind. My buddy says to me, hey, can you help me come PR my 5K? I really want to PR my 5K. And I'm like, what's the PR? And he's like, I have to do like 8:30 pace. Now for me, I'm thinking I can't run that intensity because I've been in the hills now for 5 weeks. So I haven't run that fast in a long time. Even that 20-mile race, that was 8:40 pace. But I was like, nah, TJ, there's no way I can run that intensity. I have not run. This is actually the trail where they found all those body parts. So this is the first time I've been back on that trail since they've opened it up after it was a crime scene. If you don't know that story, sorry. You can look up bodies in Babylon and you can see, but this is that normal route. And I got out there and I was running 8-minute pace at 125 heart rate. I was like, man, I could have helped this kid PR. And then, yeah, I had a nice little 10-mile PR, 826, and was not pushing hard. 129 is a very, very low heart rate for me. So I got into like a little bit, not a debate, but I love when people question the things that I say, especially on Instagram. And I posted something today about how zone 2 is just incredible. A year ago today, I went for a 5-mile run with the same exact temperature on the same exact course, and my heart rate was higher by like 12 beats. My pace was slower by like a minute and a half. And I posted like, tell me zone 2 heart rate training doesn't make you faster. And he was like, no, it doesn't make you faster. And went through all of like the different other factors that made me faster. Like the fact that I've lost weight, the fact that I run a lot of miles, that my volume is high. And it's okay to like think of the statement that zone 2 running doesn't make you faster, or it does. But when I say something like that, it means that the zone 2 has ripple affected everything that has made me faster. Have I lost 80 pounds since last year? Yup. But the reason is because of zone 2. I never would have lost weight the way I did if I was doing speed workout or speed training or anything like that. You know, am I not drinking anymore? Yeah, I'm not drinking because of the amount of low intensity exercise I'm doing and how good that makes me feel. Like all of the other factors, at this point, I keep track. I can even show you, because everyone, like, I'll bust out an 814 and they're like, dude, you're not just doing zone 2. Guys, I am just doing zone 2. This is for the last 365 days. This is the amount of time I've spent in each heart rate zone. And I wear my heart rate religiously, my heart rate monitor. This is zone 1, guys. Zone 1, 235 hours. 60% of my last year has been in zone 1. Zone 2, 77 hours or 20%. So if you take this 20 and you take this 62, that's 82% that I am under zone 2. Zone 2 or under. We go to zone 3, that gray area, 40, 45 hours. This is pretty much when I am racing, probably right here and here. Because once we get under that, then we're talking like 2 hours, 45 minutes. And then we're talking about 1 hour up in zone 6. And in the whole year, I've spent 15 minutes in zone 7 or anaerobically. The reason that I'm able to do all the things that I'm doing is because of zone 2. Now, granted, though there's other factors, but the reason that I avoid overuse injuries is because I zone 2 heart rate train. The reason why I can burn so many calories is because I stay in an anaerobic fat burning state. Like all of those things are zone 2. So when I say like I'm faster because I run at zone 2, maybe I should be more specific and say like I am faster because of all of the benefits of zone 2 heart rate training. Simple as that. Maybe that's the way. And I don't know why this is so heavily debated. And I don't know why people can't like just running threshold or running zone 2. And it's also goal specific. Like I'm not training for a marathon. Like I'm training to go really, 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 really slow. Really slow. So if I'm going to train to go really, really slow, that's how I'm going to run. I'm going to run really, really slow. Let's shoot now to what this week looks like. I'm going up to 75 miles again. And maybe we can do a little poll for next week, because this says 75 miles I have this week. And then we're going up to 85. 85 is going to be my biggest week ever. And I'm like, all right, dope. Now 85 has the Grand Canyon in it. Here's the Grand Canyon. So I'm going into the Grand, coach just posted this. So I'm going into the Grand Canyon with 30 miles on my legs. I'm going to have 14, 10, and 6. Then we're going to do the Grand Canyon, some active recovery. If I know Taylor Spike, he's going to make me go down to the river and back. And then Sunday, Easter Sunday, we'll get home and do 5. Then he's going to come back down to 70. Where's that 70? 70. Right here. And then he hasn't posted this week yet. So maybe we can take a poll. What is coach going to do? It says this week is meant to be your peak mileage before your upcoming race. And I wrote, so when he goes in and sees it, I'm ready for it. Let's go. So if he went, I mean, put it in the chat and we'll come back and see who's the winner. If he went from 55 to 75 to 85 down to 70, so 85, it's got to be higher than 85. Is he going to go 90? Is he going to go 95? Is he going to go 100? That I'll be waiting patiently. I don't even think we're going to find out. I don't know if we'll find out next week because usually he posts 2 weeks in advance. So he just posted, well, this is the week that we're in. He just posted these 2 weeks this morning. So we probably won't know the most mileage I'm going to run in this training block until maybe like the 28th or 29th. I'll probably get back from the Grand Canyon. He's probably waiting to see how I do at the Grand Canyon, to be honest. And then he's going to post. I have a feeling if I slay the Grand Canyon, he'll push this up this week. He'll push this up to up to 100 maybe. But then you could see just 1 week of taper and then race week. So that's what that's going to look like. But here is the week coming for this week. And it's going to be nice and weather is going to be crazy. Saturday's looking like snow. The hell is that? What was it with that? 53-36 rain and snow. That's dope. A little bit of light rain on Wednesday, no big deal. But tomorrow we're going to get 9 miles in. I'm probably going to do that during my lunch break. That is really a good thing about getting a little bit faster is like you can cover more mileage in less time. Duh, Brad. That, that's really silly. But 9 miles, I can get that done during my lunch. So I won't need to miss any time with the kids. Wednesday, I have 11 miles. I'll probably have to do that in the evening on the treadmill. Wednesdays are just a busy day in the Finn household. So I usually have been doing Wednesday on the tread. Thursday, I'll be able to get that done during my lunch break as well. Like 9-10 miles is the most that I could fit in my lunch break. So we'll see. I also am the advisor for the mountain biking club at my school, which is spring now. So that's back in session. And that's on Wednesdays. So if the light rain isn't that bad, I might actually do those 11 outside while they ride their mountain bikes, and I'll just run behind them. Friday is my birthday, mi cumpleaños. So my wife's going to ask me what do I want for my birthday. I'm probably going to ask her for a hall pass to go out into the trails after work and do those 12 miles before coming home. But my kids they love singing happy birthday. They love donuts. So I think I can get those 12 miles done in a little less than 2 hours. So I'll probably try and do that after work from like 3 to 5 and then get home 5:30 for dinner. And then Saturday, we're going to crush 22, but it's going to be a big vert day. Talk to coach about it. He wasn't upset that I dipped on the vert that I went down to 35. Like he was okay, but he's like, dude, I need you back in that 10, 12, 14,000 foot this week. And he made it quite clear that he was serious about that. So, 22 miles is going to be like a big 5-hour day. Probably going to talk between 400 and 500 feet per mile, on that one and look to get 6,000 feet probably, on top of what will probably be about 4,000. So going into Sunday, I hope to have 10,000 and then Sunday, Hilly 7-Eleven run, just for respect for him and his program. I won't go into too much detail what the 7-Eleven run means, but that's going to be 12 miles. And then we'll probably get like another 2,000-3,000 feet there. So the goal right now going in is 75 miles and I think 12,000 feet at a minimum. So 12 to 14,000 feet. That will set me up really, really nice going into the Grand Canyon. And I cannot even explain. I'm really excited about canyons. Don't get me wrong, but I am so excited for the Grand Canyon. And if you don't know who Jeff Browning is, he is an ultramarathon legend. I think he stated recently that has over 200 ultra finishes. He's been doing the sport since 2000. So he's 24 years of ultras. He just missed the Rocky Mountain Slam last year by 10 miles or something like that. But he just did Grand Canyon rim to rim to rim in 10.5 hours 2 days ago. And he said, and he posted some pictures, there's 2 feet of snow on the North Rim right now. So the last 3 miles of the North Rim are all snow covered, pretty much 2 feet right now. So he said that the trail was like walkable, but you were going through that snow. Hopefully there'll be no more fresh snow in the next 2 weeks, and the people doing the trail and stuff will at least carve a little bit of a path. But he was bundled up. And I think that's kind of like the awesome piece of the Grand Canyon is you experience like every single temperature range. Like you start off, you're going to be shorts and a t-shirt all the way to 2 feet of snow. So that's where my Solomon 12 liter is going to come in. I just got that pack a few weeks ago. I'm going to do a review video on that. So we're going to pack that tight with 15, 16 hours worth of food, a bunch of liquids, and now hats, gloves, jackets. And it's going to make a little bit more slow going. I don't know if the pace is going to be as quick as we want with that snow. Like I said, it all depends on what the next 2 weeks look like. And we can kind of see the 10-day forecast for the Grand Canyon. And right now it doesn't look like there's any new weather coming in, but yeah, it's shit, it's going to be cool. It's going to be really, really nice. And then we get back from that. Yeah. That big week. And that's it. That's it, friends. We're ready to rock. We're ready to go for this. Do you guys have any questions about the training or the recovery week? I know it's weird. Whenever I live stream after recovery week, there's not really a ton of questions. I guess it's kind of straightforward. Nothing really exciting happened, but yeah, it's exciting when you PR your lifetime 10K and you're 42 years old. You know, and I've been running 10K since I was in high school. So, I mean, that's cool for me at least. But leave any questions that you might have in the chat, and I'll answer anything you got. If not, we'll make this one a quick, nice and easy episode, and we'll get the hell out of here. I tried the Mountain Ops Ignite. It's tasty. This one's peach. Well, all right then. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to get out of here. We'll get in under a half hour today. And yeah, we'll talk next week. I'll be a little bit older. And next week's going to be all focused on the Grand Canyon. I'm going to tell you all my gear, my goal times, my plan, everything that we need to know. So look forward to that episode. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Appreciate you. Take it easy. Thanks again for 1,000 subs. If you haven't subbed yet, hop on there, and we'll catch you next time. Boom.